Hello all. In this lecture we'll see about data frame in Pandas. So in the previous lecture we have seen a series data structure in Pandas. Now in this lecture we'll see uh, data frame. So this is another data structure that is used in Pandas. So a data frame represents a rectangular table of data. If we want to represent a table, then we have to use this data frame and contains an ordered collection of columns. So it is an ordered collection of columns, each of which can be of different can be a different value type. So each column can be of any type. So that is why data frame is used to represent heterogeneous data. So it can be numerical columns, or it can be strings, boolean, etc. It can be anything. So data frame has both a row and a column index. So we can index either row wise, or you can use column indexing also. So it can also be considered as a dictionary of series. It's a dictionary of series all sharing the same index. So we have already seen series. So series will consist of a single column. So if we have a dictionary of series, then it can be called as a data frame. So data is stored as one or more two-dimensional blocks rather than a list or some other collection of one-dimensional arrays. So it is stored as one or two more two-dimensional blocks. So data frame will look like this. So it has both rows and column indexing. So these are the different columns: country, continent, year, life experience, then population, GDP per capita, life expectation. Sorry, this is life expectation, GDP per capita. Then there are different countries. So this is different columns. Sorry, these are different rows. The rows are also index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So it has both column and uh, row indexing. So we need to create this kind of data frames, and we need to manipulate this data, and this can be stored in CSV files also, or Excel files. If you want to store it in CSV, or if you want to store this table in an Excel, it is also possible using this Pandas. So we'll see in this lecture, we'll see about how to create data frame. So data frame can be created by various ways. So this is the method that is used to create this data frame. So it is in pandas dot data frame, and inside this data frame these are the parameters. First one is data, then we can have index, then columns, d type, data type, and also copy. So these are the different parameters. We won't be using all the parameters, we will be using this data. So data can take any values, forms like it can be nd array, or it can be series, or it can be list, map, dictionary, constants, or it can also be another data frame. So data can be anything. Then index. So index is used for the row labels. So if we want to give labels for rows, it will take default values. If you see, these are the default values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to give a different indexing, it is possible using this index parameter. Then we have columns also. So columns can be named like this. So columns can be named. For column labels, optional default syntaxes. If we are not giving any column names, then optionally it will take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. It will take some numbers. Then data type of each column can be specified using this detail. Then copy, we won't be using. This command is used for copying of data. Okay, so how to create a data frame? So we can create data frame from list, or if we want, we can create from dictionary. We can create from series, and if we want, we can create from NumPy n-dimensional arrays, or we can create data frame from another data frame. So these are the various methods that from which we can create a data frame. So we will see each one with examples. So I have already imported import. So you have to do import pandas and all. So we have already imported those things when we learned this. So we have to import pandas, and I have used this PD as alias for pandas, and I have imported from pandas. I have imported series and data frame. Okay, series and data frame. So we have already seen the series and all. Now we will see how to create a data frame. So first I will show how to create a data frame. So I am giving a name for the data frame df, and I have created an alias. So pd dot, you can use pandas dot or you can use pd dot. So for data frame, this is the method data frame. D and F are capital. So data frame. So if I am not specifying anything, then we will create an empty free data frame. So if you check, it is an empty data frame. There is no data inside that. Now I have mentioned that we can create from a list. If I want to create a data frame from a list, it is possible. So I will define a data first as a list. I will define a list first. So I will store some elements 2, 4, 1, 5, 7. So this is a list. So if I check this, this is now a list. So this is a list 2, 4, 1, 5, 7. So if I want, I can create a data frame from this list. So I'm giving a name pd dot. So I have to use the same data frame method, and inside that we have already seen. So inside that there are different parameters. First parameter is data. So I can give a name. So here I am using a list. So data, that data can be anything. It can be a list, it can be a dictionary, or it can be anything. So here I am specifying a list here. Now if I print this, you can see this has been created. So since I have not given any index for rows, it has taken the default indexing, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and also for column I have not given any names, so it is taking 0. So in this way we can create a data frame from a list. I will show another example. I'll give another name data equal to I am creating from a nested list. So I'll give some names. Arun, and I am giving their salary amount. Let it be some salary amount. Then this is one list. Then if I want to create another row, I am giving another person's name. So I will be keeping it in another list. So I'll be giving another name Kevin, and I want to specify their salary 34,000. Now I want to create another person. I want to include another person, so I will be including it in another list. So let it be Cole, and I'll be specifying the salary 56,000. Okay, so I have specified the salary. Now it is a list. So I have created a list now. So if I check, you can see that this is a list. So this is a nested list. Now I can create a data frame from this. So I'll give a data frame name 1. Let it be df1 equal to pd dot data frame, and inside that I have to give data. Okay, so inside that I am giving some data. So now if I click this one, if I check this one, you can see that data frame has been created with these values Arun 45,000, and we have not specified any column names. So since we have not specified any column names, it is taking default value. Now I am going to specify the column names also. So I have mentioned in the method we can include different parameters. So if I want to specify columns, so you have to use columns equal to, and inside a list you have to give the names. So first column name, let it be a name, and second column name, let it be salary. Okay, now if I check df1, you can see that the column names have been changed. Okay, now the column names have been changed. So column names have been changed to name and salary. So if I want to specify the column names, it is possible. Now if I want to specify the data type of salary also, so that is also possible. So we can add another parameter for this, that is d type, and you can specify the data type of this thing. So I have specified the data type as float. Now if I check this one, you can see that the salary has been changed to a float data type. So in this way you can specify the data type also. Okay. So in this way you can create from list. So this is how you can create from a data frame from list. So this is a symbol list. From a single list it will be a single column. If I want to create multiple columns, so you have to give in a nested list. So this way you can create, and you can specify the column names using columns equal to. You have to specify the parameter values, and also you can specify the data type also. Next, if I want to create a data frame from dictionary of n-dimensional arrays. So we have seen that we can create from dictionary of nd arrays or dictionary of list, from dictionary of list. So here what the thing is that all the n-dimensional arrays must be of same length. So if index is passed, then the length of the index should be equal to the length of the arrays. If no index is passed, then by default it will take 0 to n value, n minus 1 value. So it will take range of n values. So we will see an example. So I am specifying that 1 equal to, I am specifying inside a, sorry, I am specifying inside a dictionary. So inside this dictionary I am specifying name, and names are, I'm giving some names like Arun, Ashwin. Then I'll give Bill. Then I'll give Rahman. So I have specified all these names. So I want, this will be the column name, and in that column these are the values. So if I, then I have to specify another value. Now I'll specify salary. Like in this case, I'll be specifying the salary. So I'll name the columns as salary, and so this will be the key. So the keys of the dictionary will be the column names. And inside list, I'll be specifying the salary of these persons. So I can specify any salary: 32,000, 45,000, then 67,000, 89,000. So there are 4 members. So I have specified 4 salary values. So if I check, so I have specified 2 columns, and now I am going to print this thing. So you can see that data one is like this. So it is name inside, this is the key, and these are the values, and for salary these are the values. 4 values are there. Now if I want to create a data frame, let it be data frame 2 equal to pd dot data frame of data 1. Now if I check this df2, you can see that it has been created. Now we need not specify the column names here, because we have already specified it as a key value. So if you are specifying a dictionary of list, so if you are specifying a dictionary of list, then you need not specify the column names here. If you want to change the column names, it's possible. So you can directly add like this. So all these values will be stored in this table. Okay. Now if I want to change the index of these rows, now their index is 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I want to change the index of these rows, I'll copy this thing. No, I'll copy this one. So I'll copy this data frame. Now I want to change the row names. So if I want to change the row names, then what you have to do is you have to use the parameter index equal to, and inside that you can give any names like row 1. I'm giving simply some names. So you have to, since it's a string, I am giving some string values, row 1, then comma row 2, comma row 3, comma row 4. Now if you check df2, you can see that the index values, the default index values has been changed to row 1, row 2, row 3, 4. So what you have to do is you have to include the index parameter also. So by using this index parameter, you can change the default row values also. So that's also possible. Now we will see how to create a data frame from a list of dictionaries. So list of dictionaries can be passed as input data to create a data frame. So here we have seen a dictionary of n-dimensional arrays or dictionary of list. Next is how to create from a list of dictionaries. So we will simply give some, we will specify some list of dictionary first. So this is a list of dictionary. So inside list of dictionary means inside a list there will be some dictionary. Okay, so inside this there will be some dictionary. Now I am giving some values like Arun, and I am giving some value for that, maybe 45,000. Then next is Anu, and I am specifying the key and the value for that. Let it be 56,000. Then I'll give another, let it be like this. Okay, I'll give just two elements. So I specify two elements. Now I'm going to specify, so there now it is Arun 45,000 and Anu 65,000. Okay, now I'll specify another name. Now I want to specify the age. Okay, now I want to specify, sorry, it should be like not like this, it should be we want to store name actually, so it should be name. So we should specify, since it's a dictionary, a list of dictionaries, we have to specify name. Let it be Arun, and name Arun. Then let me delete all these things. I'll create once more. So data equal to, I'll be creating a list of dictionaries. So inside this dictionary, so I will be specifying the column name should be there. So the column name is name, and the name for the first person, it is Arun. So I have to specify inside a string. Okay. Then next is second column. So for the second column, it is what I'm going to store is salary. So I'll be specifying salary. So and the value for Arun's salary is 45,000. Okay. So this will be the first row. Now if I want to create the second row, so in order to create the second row, so what you have to do is I have to use the same thing. So inside this thing, inside this dictionary, I have to specify name and the name of name, let it be Anu, and next it is salary, and I'm specifying the salary. I'm specifying the salary of Anu. Then here what I'm going to do is I'm going to specify another value also. Let me include age also. I am including the age of Anu also. Let it be 32. So here I have created a list of dictionary. Now if I check, you can see this is a list of dictionary. Now name, Arun and salary, this is first dictionary and there is another dictionary here. Now I am going to create a data frame from this. Df equal to pd dot data frame of, now data, I'm giving the data value, so that's all. Now if I check, so you can see that it has been created. Now for here there is no age value for the first Arun, so it is substituted by not a number value, NaN will be substituted, but here it has a value. So this is how we can create. Now if I want to change the row index, that's also possible. You can specify the index of rows by using column names, by giving index values. So index equal to, you have to specify inside a list, let it be row 1. So you have to specify as a string row 1 comma row 2. Now if I check, you can see that row 1 and row 2. So in this way you can create a data frame from list of dictionaries. So from list of dictionaries also it is possible to create a thing. Now if I want to show, I will use the same thing. So I will use the same values. Let me take the same values. Command D, Command C. Now I will copy this thing. So I'll create the same list of dictionaries. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take the same thing. I'll copy the same thing. Now I have specified index. Now I'm going to specify columns also. I'm going to specify columns also. Columns equal to, here I'm going to specify the columns as name, comma, names, comma, and I am specifying salary also. So I am specifying only two columns here. So I have created another data frame and I have specified the columns like this. So let it be df1. Okay. So I have specified the columns like this, df1 equal to, and I have specified only name and salary. Now if I print this thing, you can see that only name and salary will be shown. That age won't be there because I have specified that columns, only two columns should be taken. So those two things won't be there. Now if I use the same thing, so I am using the same thing. I'll create another df2 and I'll be using some other value, name, salary, and let it be address. So I have not specified address anywhere. Now if I check df2, you can see that address will be substituted with nan values. So that nan values will be, since we have not given any address for both Arun and Anu, it will be substituted with the nan value. So it is possible to create like this. So you can create from a data frame from list of dictionaries. Okay. Next, we will see how to create a data frame from dictionary of series. So dictionary of series can be passed to a form, a data frame. So we have already seen what is a series. So we can pass a dictionary of series. So we will create a dictionary of series first. So let it be data equal to, I'm going to create a dictionary of series. So dictionary. So I'm going to create a dictionary of series. Now I'll use So I'm going to name the first column as 1, and I'm going to create a series. So we know how to create a series. So inside series you can specify a list of values. So I'm specifying 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, now second key elements or second row or second column is, I'll name it as 2. So I'll name it as 2, and the values inside that should be from the series. And inside that series I can specify some values like 4, 5, 2, 3. Okay, so I have created a dictionary of series. So this is a series. Now if I want to create a data frame from this, you have to use df equal to pd dot data frame of data. Okay, now if you check, you can see that, so it has created this one. And if you check this, we have given only 2, 3, 4 values. So 2, 3, 4 values are there. And in 2, we have given 4 values. So here it will be substituted with the NaN values. Then you can use indexing. All these things are also possible. So if you want, you can index it also. I will use the same thing. I'll copy this thing. Now I want to index it, so I want to give some row names also. It is also possible. So for the first dictionary, what I am going to do is first key I am going to give an index also. So index equal to, I am specifying the index also. So you can give any index. So I'll give some a b c d values, a comma b comma C, comma D. So I have specified the index here. So I'll use only 3 because we have only 3 values. So I'll use only 3 values. So A, B, C will be specified. Now I can use the same indexing here also, comma. I have to specify the index ABC. Since we have 4 values, I'll give fourth one also another value, that is D will be specified. Now if I check this, so what I have done is I have created a dictionary of series. So first one, and I have specified 3 indexes, and for 2 also I have specified 4 indexes also. Now if I try to create df equal to pd dot data frame of data. Now if I check this thing df, you can see that it will be like this. So we have changed the index from 0, 1, 2, 3 to a b c d. So here d value is NaN because we have not specified any d indexing here. So in this way we can create a data frame from list of from dictionary of series. So we can create data frame like this also. Now if I want to select a particular column, so if I want to select this first column, how to select a column? So we will see how to select a column. So you can select the column from df. So I'm going to select the first column. So in order to select that thing, you can use the index thing. So you have to select 1. So you can simply specify d of 1, then you will get the first column. So if you want to select the second column, you simply call df of 2. Now you can add a column to this thing. So if I want to add a third column into this thing, so that is also possible. So for that you have to do is df. Now I want to add a third column. So 3. So to add the third column, I am specifying df of 3 equal to pd dot series. So pd dot series of, now I have to specify the values inside that column. So let it be some values 12, 23, 34, and I can specify the index also. Index equal to, we can specify the index. So we have already specified the index, so we are specified as ABCD. So here we have three values, so I'll specify it as BA comma B comma C. Now if I check DF, you can see that the third column has been added. So third column has been added. So in order to add a third column, you can include as a series like this. You can simply DF of 3. So the third column will be added here. And we have specified only three values. That is why it is not a number value substituted. Now if I want to do addition also, it is also possible if I am going to add a fourth column. So I am going to add a fourth column. So I'll name it as 4. So df of 4 equal to, from these two columns, I'll try to add 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. I'll simply add these two columns. So 1 and 3, I'll add these three columns to form a third column. So I'll select one column. So I have selected the first column plus df of, I'll add with 3. Now if I check df, you can see that a fourth column has been added by forming df of 1. So the corresponding a values will be, corresponding a rows will be added. 12 plus 2, it is 14. Then 3 plus 23, 26. 4 plus 34, 38. Then nan plus nan is just nan. So in this way you can add a column. So you can do this kind of manipulations also in a data frame. Now next we will see how to delete a column. How to delete a column. So if I want to delete a column, you can either use del. So del, I am going to del df of, if I want to delete the 2 column, so you can simply specify del of 2, df of 2. Now if I check, you can see that second column is being deleted. So del df of 2 gives how to delete it. Now if you can use pop also, del df of pop. If I want to delete 1, so it will be deleted. So first column will be deleted. Now if you check, you can see that 1 is also being deleted. So you can either use del or pop method. Okay, so in this way you can delete this thing. Now next, how we will see how to select a row. So for this I will use the same data that we have already created. So I'll use the same data. I will use the same series. Okay, I'll use the same thing. So I'll use the same data here. So I'll create a data frame equal to df equal to data frame of data. Now df is this one. So it is we have some values in this data frame. Now if I want to select a row, so we know how to select a column. Now if I want to select a particular row, it is possible using df.loc, LOC. So locate and using the index. So you can give the index value. So if I want to locate this third thing, so if I want to use third row C, you will get the values from that. So one value is 4 and 2 value is 2, and the name is C and the data type is float. So in this way you can select a particular row. So this is how you can, and you can use iloc also. You can use iloc, but if you are using iloc, you have to specify using the integer value. So if I give 2, that means this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So the third row will be selected. So if I am giving 1, then the B will be selected. This is 0, A is 0, this is 1. So the second row will be selected. So you can select either by LOC or ILOC. Now you can select a particular set of rows also. That is also possible. 2 to 4. If I give like this, it is also possible. So 2 to 4 means all from 2 up to 4. All the rows will be selected. So that's also possible. Now next we will see how to add a row to the existing thing. So we have this thing. So we have a df. Now if you want to add another row to this thing. So I'll create a new data frame from a series df equal to df. So I'll create a new row so that data frame. So data frame. Inside this I am specifying a list 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, sorry, 3 comma 4. Now this is a data frame and I am specifying the columns also. Let the columns be, I'll give some name for the columns, A comma B. Now df, it is like this. So df is 1 2 3 4. Now I am creating another data frame 2. I'll copy this thing. I am so I'll create another data frame. I'll give some other values. So instead of this, I'll give some 5, 6, 8, 9. So but the columns, let it be, the column names let it be same as the previous one. So I am creating a second column. Okay. So sorry, I have to give once more. I have to give some other name. So df I have created. Now I'll create df2. So let it be df2. Now we'll check df2. So if I check so what happened? So if I check df2, you can see that another data frame has been created. So we have two data frames. One is df and df2. Now if I want to add this row, add these two rows to the df. So we have df, these values, and I want to include these two rows inside df2 should be added to this df. Then it is possible. So you can, for that you can use df append method is there. So append df2. So if I do this, then these two rows df2, these two rows will be added to the end. Now if I check this thing, you can find out that 0 and 1, those two rows df2, this is df2 has been added to this existing data frame. So in this way you can add rows to a particular table. Now next is how to delete some rows. So use we can use, in order to deletion of rows, we can use index label to delete or drop rows from a data frame. And if label is duplicated, so you can simply use the label of row names to delete. So here if you see that there are duplicates. So if we are using labels, what happens is if we will be asking to delete 0th row, then what happens is both those zeros will be deleted. So multiple rows will be deleted if the row names have same column name. Now for deletion you can use drop. So inside drop you have to specify the row name. So I am going to delete drop 0. So what happens is those 0th rows both have been deleted. So in this way you can delete the rows. So that's all about data frame. So how to create data frames? We have seen how to create from list dictionary, list of dictionary, like that we have seen. Then how to select columns, how to select rows, how to add rows, how to add columns, how to delete columns, how to add rows. So all these things are important. That's all about data frame. Thank you.